Guys, when I was in the Navy, I knew exactly what tattoos I was getting. Always did. Now, I actually had one tattoo before I got into the Navy. Then I got some tattoos when I actually got into the Navy. And a lot of guys, when we actually go on these the deployments, 6-month deployments, guys get tattoos. They do. But not once during my 4.5 years of being in the Navy did I ever see a sailor or an officer get a Nazi tattoo. Never. It's never happened before, guys. We actually had one guy on my ship, man. He was your stereotypical Navy sailor. But he took his tattoos to the extreme. His neck was tattooed all the way down to his legs. All of his arms. He was one of those guys that we actually call lifer. Lifelong Joe Navy. Okay? That wasn't me. But a whole bunch of people in the Navy got tattoos, including the women. But no one ever dared get a Nazi tattoo. And I'm not talking about a swastika, okay? In this case, we're talking about the death head. Now, the SS, Schutzstaffel, which means protection squad, because, they were supposed to be protecting Hitler. They had the skull and bones. I think everybody's seen those pictures before. Everyone has to know it. But now we have a Democrat, folks, that actually had this tattoo on his chest for about 20 years. And now all of a sudden he's claiming, I didn't know that was a Nazi tattoo. Oh, no. Now, this man, I believe, is trying to run for the Democratic primary to unseat Susan Collins up there in Maine. I believe, folks, he's probably sunk his chances of becoming the nominee. I believe also Janet Mills, who is the deranged governor in Maine, is also going to be running in that primary. Now, it's kind of funny, guys, that the Democrats are always calling people on the right Nazis when one of their own, who I believe is a far left socialist, actually has or had a Nazi tattoo on his chest. What are they saying now? Do they have anything to say? Let's get into this, guys, because this guy is playing ignorant. Here we go. So right over here, man. Maine Democratic Senate candidate covers tattoo recognized as Nazi symbol. Folks, he got this tattoo in 2007 when he was in the Marine Corps. All of a sudden now, he didn't know. And now he's panicking, folks. He is panicking now almost 20 years later. Let's read it, guys. Graham Plantner, a Democratic candidate for U.S. Senate in Maine, said on Wednesday that a tattoo on his chest has been covered to no longer reflect an image widely recognized as a Nazi symbol. Plattner said he got the skull and crossbones tattoo in 2007 when he was in his 20s and in the Marine Corps. It happened during a night of drinking while he was on leave in Croatia, he said, adding he was unaware until recently that the image has been associated with Nazi police. Nazi police? I believe it's actually the SS. Okay, the SS. Anyway, Plattner, in an Associated Press interview, said that while his campaign initially said he would remove the tattoo, he chose to cover it up with another tattoo due to the limited options where he lives in rural Maine. Quote, going to a tattoo removal place is going to take a while, he said. I wanted this thing off my body. Yeah, you didn't care for the past 19 years. Folks, I believe this Democrat knew exactly what that tattoo was. I believe he knew. I don't believe for 1 second that he didn't know? I mean, does anybody actually believe him? Because I don't believe him. I believe this man knew exactly what he was getting tattooed on his body. And now that he wants to run for the Senate seat in Maine, now he's panicking. But too late. It's already out there. It's already out there. This is it right here, man. This is a picture of him. You guys see that tattoo right there? Clear as day. Clear as day. And if you need a more clear image, that's what it looks like. That's what the SS actually had on their hats, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen this before. Yeah. Nobody's buying this. Now, I find it kind of funny, man, because remember when Pete Hegseth had his Christian tattoos? Oh, the left stream media man was saying, oh, he has white nationalist tattoos. That's a Christian symbol on him. That's a Christian symbol. It has nothing to do with white nationalism. But this right here definitely has a lot to do with National Socialism. This man thinks you're dumb. He thinks that you are dumb. Now, apparently this is what he did to cover up that tattoo now. Yeah. He's only doing this, man, because he got caught. He got busted. Oh, here's a good example right here, man. Yeah. This is actually from Inglourious Basterds right here. Yeah. You see the skull and crossbone right there? Yeah. That's exactly what the SS wore. Yeah. Right here it says, Plattner added that he had never been questioned about the tattoo's connections to Nazi symbols in the 20 years he has had it. He said it was there when he enlisted in the Army, which requires an examination for tattoos of hate symbols. Quote, I also passed a full background check to receive a security clearance to join the ambassador of Afghanistan security detail, Plattner said. Questions about the tattoo come after the recent discovery of Plattner's now deleted online statements that included dismissing military sexual assaults, questioning black patrons' gratuity habits. So you got some racism, huh? And criticizing police officers and rural Americans. Yeah, I believe this guy also said he was a communist too, by the way, if I'm not mistaken. Plattner has apologized for those comments, saying they were made after he left the Army in 2012 when he was struggling with post-traumatic stress disorder and depression. Wow. Wow. Folks, this man's in a lot of trouble. He is in a lot of political trouble. He was getting crushed everywhere. Yeah. And by the way, good example right here, man. Look at this post right here. It says, so the media called Elon a Nazi for this, but the media is not calling Democrat Graham Plattner a Nazi for having a Nazi tattoo. Of course, yeah, they're not saying anything. They're not saying anything. And that's a video of him right there. In this post right here, Senate candidate Graham Plattner from Maine shows off his real Nazi tattoo of the SS Totenkopf. Remember this next time Democrats falsely accuse Republicans of being Nazis. Every accusation by Democrats is an admission of guilt. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure, man, the mainstream media is going to try to make this one disappear really, really fast. Do you guys think this man has tanked his chances in the Democratic primary in Maine? Because I thought Democrats don't like Nazis. I thought they didn't like Nazis. If they select this guy to be the Democratic nominee, boy, the hypocrisy will be off the chain. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.